All right, hey everybody. I hope everyone's doing well today. We are here at the Patty Shack with Abigail Moore. She is on the improv club at JMU as well as a member of the a cappella group, the Bluestones. So how did you get started, Abigail, with the improv club? What kind of inspired that?
Well, I actually did improv my senior year of high school. It was a new thing that they were doing with the drama department. Just decided to try it, and I thought, why not? Like, nothing to lose. So I went and I tried out, and it was just a whole lot of fun. And so then when I came to JMU and I saw that there was an improv team here, I thought, like, I absolutely have to do that. I used to watch Whose Line Is It Anyways all the time with like my dad.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely was like, that's something that I could picture myself doing that I could have a lot of fun with. So
for sure. What kind of where do you guys usually perform those
we have shows, usually a couple every semester. They're always on Friday nights, 8 o'clock in TDU. So you can always be on the lookout in TDU for upcoming events. They're always free for students to attend. They're about an hour long, so it's always from 8 to 9. And then we have a couple of special event shows that we do throughout the semester. A couple weeks ago, we did our improv bowl, which we do after the Super Bowl every year, where we divide up into teams. And we
Star Wars versus World Wars.
This year it was Star Wars versus World Wars. So I was on the World Wars team. I dressed as Franz Ferdinand. Which was a lot of fun. We did lose to Star Wars. I will say it's my first time losing at improv bowl, so I was a little upset, but it was a lot of fun.
Did anyone dress as Yoda?
No, actually. We got a lot of...
the Force was strong with the Star Wars group.
Yeah.
They must have had that.
We had an R2-D2, and then mostly they dressed as the two different... writer. I actually don't know that much about Star Wars. I feel like I'm the only
someone
person
did George Lucas.
Yeah, someone did George Lucas, and then the other guy, the new
writer.
Did they do a play?
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
He's really easy to do a costume for. You just get thick glasses and mess your hair up.
Yep.
You're J.J.
Did they do a play on like really crappy dialogue because that's what all Star Wars movies consist of?
Pretty much.
Did they have lightsabers? I wish I went to that.
For real.
Know about
that. It's mostly just it's still just like a regular improv show, but the only difference is we only do short form games, which is the stuff that you would see on Whose Line Is It Anyways? Because on our group we do short form and we do long form. And
long form is tough.
It's very tough.
You done improv, deal?
Yeah, I did. I did improv.
You've done it all, haven't you?
I try.
At Classic Cottage.
I guess you could say I'm a jack of all trades.
Oh.
But I did it in community college. I actually tried out for New and Improv, but they were only taking freshmen and sophomores.
Right, because I remember you tried out and you were junior, but you were transfer student.
Yeah.
I remember. It sucks.
Yeah, and it extra sucks because at the time I hadn't decided if I was staying an extra year, but now I know I am, and so I could have gotten in.
Jack. I did theater in 8th grade with all my friends, and we basically did improv all the time because we'd have a set play that we were supposed to go off. We had a script, and I basically was like, all right, that's not funny.
We're not doing that.
Let's do my own thing. So I was this like Nazi waiter basically, and there's these 3 girls that were like doing their lines basically, and they came down to get lunch and make their orders, and I was just like laying down the law on them. I had a guy named Jeremiah. He was kind of like my servant boy, and I'd be like whipping him into shape. It was a show, but yeah, improv is quite the thing. So what is your next performance? When are you guys going on again?
Honestly, I should actually know our next one off the top of my head. I know my favorite performance is on April 22nd, I believe, which is like one of the last Fridays of the year. That's the senior show. So if you come out to any show all year, you should come out to that one because we should come to all of them, but that's my favorite one because it's all about the seniors that are graduating. And we play this really awesome game called Bucket of Death where like someone's head has to constantly be submerged in a bucket of water.
Oh.
And it's just a lot of fun.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Sounds intense.
And that's they're always at TDU?
always at TDU. And I
TDU
know
is tough, man. Sometimes for doing performances, it's kind of hard. You don't sometimes get the right energy you're looking for. I mean, I've done some poems there, and I thrive a lot more when there's a full crowd there paying attention, as opposed to like a few people who are not even paying attention to you. Like I had a friend do a stand-up bit the other night, and he was saying some wild things. Yeah, it was hilarious, but I was like,
it's not like
this is tough, man. But if you're gonna get started in stand-up, start here, because you're not really getting any too much of an engaging crowd. But I guess more people just got to get out there and do that.
I mean, TDU is a great space. It's just like, it's not a performance hall. It's just a stage in a study room, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know I personally really like
sugar pretzels now.
Yeah, it smells like pretzels all the time.
I haven't been there since they installed that.
They put way too much sugar on those pretzels. I get a mess all over myself, and then I mess up the table. It gets to be obnoxious.
Yeah, but I don't know. I actually really like performing at TDU because like I know it's not really a performance space, but other places I feel like the stage is so far away from your audience, and it's more like a engaging environment. So like when we do fill TDU, I feel more like the audience is part of the show with us than if they were standing really far away in like a theater style seating.
And that's the cool thing, improv, because you interact with your audience a good amount, right?
I mean, everything, of course, based off their suggestions, and then a lot of times we do like audience participation games where we'll get someone from the audience to come up and play a game with us, which is always a lot of fun.
Do you guys have like because when I did it in community college, there were like family friendly shows and then blue shows. Do you guys have anything like that?
Okay, the only times our shows are family friendly if someone specifically says make it family friendly. But our personal shows, a new and improv show, there are no limits. There are no boundaries at all.
I like that.
So the only time that we're like conscious about keeping it family friendly is when we do special events. If we're going to like a fundraising event and we know, and someone approaches us like, hey, there's gonna be a lot of families here, keep it PG, keep it clean, then obviously like we'll do that. But on our shows with college students, there's no boundaries.
Sweet. Who's your favorite comedian?
I'm a huge fan of Tina Fey. I love Amy Poehler too, but definitely a huge fan of Tina Fey. 30 Rock is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Oh yeah. And so and she does the writing for that.
Yeah. See, I've seen 30 Rock, but I never connected her name with, like, I've heard a lot about Tina Fey, and then I've seen that show, and I didn't realize they were the same people.
Yeah.
Because I love Amy Poehler. Like Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows.
Rob Swanson.
Yeah.
What is that quote that Tina Fey said? It's do your thing and don't care if people like it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate her attitude. It's like both of them are really great role models.
Yeah. I especially just love that, for me personally, that she's a woman in comedy, because I feel like a lot of times there's this sort of stigma that women can't be funny, and I just love watching her because she's just, proves.
And they're also both funny without being like, because there's that other one, Sarah Silverman is like, she's funny, but it's
a more crude humor.
She's very.
Well, and one of my favorite comedians is Louis C.K., so I have no problem with crude humor.
Absolutely.
I don't know, her brand of humor is a little like she's being obnoxious for its own sake, whereas Tina Fey and Amy Poehler both are like really just witty and clever, and that's always fun to see.
You watch the show, Louis C.K.? Louis
show. It's great.
It's kind of similar to Curb Your Enthusiasm in a way.
Well, they're both
like two really like curmudgeon Jews who just go throughout their day and completely unfortunate things happen to them, and they're just pessimistic about everything, and it's just like pretty negative, but it ends up being really hilarious. Funny. Like in the end, like their stubbornness is what. Actually, I would say Curb Your Enthusiasm is his stubbornness that really screws him in the end. Louis C.K. just seems to get blatantly like unfortunate situations that he.
Yeah, I mean he just gets crapped on like every day. I don't know if have you seen that show?
He has to deal with his kids.
No, not actually. I know a lot of my friends watch it, but I haven't seen it.
If you're into awkward humor, go for it.
Okay.
But
it's hysterical for sure. All right, so Jack's giving me the signal, so I guess that means we're wrapping this one up. Thank you, Abigail. Appreciate you coming on. Come out to improv shows. They're at TDU. Give them some energy. Give them some support.
Some love.
If you like comedy, come on out. Peace out, homies.